Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video, I would like to talk about the Curse of the Candelabria, which is now relaunched on Kickstarter. So this is the second attempt. First one was cancelled. And we played the game on a tabletop simulator and we loved it actually. So we encourage you to at least check this video where I'm going to give you a general overview of the game. I think this is a gem that didn't get enough attention. So if you like area control games, just check out this video. And the game is the base game is for 3 to 5 players, but with add-ons you can play it even with you can play it solo. So the Curse of the Candelabria, in this video I'm just giving you general overview using tabletop simulator, as we don't have a physical copy, unfortunately, as the minis and the arts that we can see on the Kickstarter page are just amazing. So that would be really nice to play it on the table, but we didn't. So well, all right. So as you can see, the game is already set on the tabletop simulator. So I want to give you a general overview of the mechanics of the game and what elements you can have here. The game is set for 5 players, and obviously I am not going to play this game with 5 players because it's too difficult for me. But I will want to give you just an impression of the game. So. And we have the main game board. The board is split into the regions. They are numbered. So we have 1, here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 till 10. Each region is split into some smaller regions. So let's say we have an area split into 3 regions, and each of the regions also has this symbol, this gold symbol. Then those gold symbols are activated each time your plastic components, because you're gonna have, maybe not plastic, because you also can use standees. So every time your color is moved or appears on the region with a symbol. And those regions are obviously adjacent. Here you have bridges, so those 2 are adjacent only if there is a bridge. So this one and this one is not adjacent. So this is the map with actions, with areas, with those moving castles. So this is your main most powerful units on the board. Moving castle and your ground flames, and right now basically that's it. Here is the round order. So the first player gonna be red, then yellow, and so on. Here we have 2 resources, so gold and wax. The wax is used to create your units, and that's an amazing idea, I think. And the deck of the cards that you are going to draw and use during the battle, during the rounds of the game. Next thing is here. Those cards are used during battles, so you're going to play those cards and perform those effects that are indicated in here. Here you have some upgrades that you can build, and your castle, and in general your units can improve. And here we have board with temples. So those discs again should be temples. Those should be sculpts of the temples. In this prototype, in this tabletop simulator version, we have those discs, and you are going to just put them one on the another, and only the disc that is on the top is working. So you can influence the decisions of your opponents just covering their discs. And why are you want to do this? Because each of those temples, each of those discs makes something different, influences somehow the region in some different way. So here we have these, and here we have also curses. So those powerful beings, let's say, that are going to influence the different regions. On those cards, again, amazing artwork. On those cards we have on the upper left corner, we have information which of the regions is out of place, so no battle is going to happen there. And on the bottom you have some kind of bonus that you play, because players can also have gain a control over the curse. So one of the players that get the control also gets this bonus at the bottom. And here we have boards of each of the functions, each of the houses. The best part is that this game is totally asymmetrical. Each of the houses is completely different, and I love this. I think the top of our games of the last year was Wonderland Wars, and again, this is an area control with asymmetrical factions. So I think this is our thing. And last thing, that those just boards with informations. How here you have informations of different of all of the houses and how they can differ, what different skills they have. Here we have informations of the those upgrades that you can purchase, and what are those symbols on the map does. Again, temple effects on the map, so those three colors of the temple, and finally the rest of the icons that are appears actually everywhere. So the game is set for 5 players. Everything is set as it should be according to the game rulebook. And now, how the game works. So the game is split into 3 years. So the game lasts 3 years, 3 rounds, let's say. Each year is split again into 3 phases. So first phase is a mist phase. It's, I would say, upkeep, more or less. And in here you are going to first of all discard all your played cards. So right now you're doing nothing. Then you need to go to the curse phase and just checking the numbers on those cards. You need to put those tokens, I already did it, you need to put those tokens and mark the areas that are out of play and that you are not going to perform battles in this area, so that means no points for battles in this 2, 4 and 9 places. And finally, houses subphase. So again, this is the moment when you can play your houses abilities. Right now you don't have any, so nothing gonna happen. But in the second round, for example, second year, you can draw to the blue house can draw 2 advanced candle cards. And that's it. And then we are going to the second phase, the second season, so Kindling season. And this is the season, the moment when the most of the game is happening. And what you can do in the Kindling season, so you can do 2 things. You can deploy your units on a map, or you can move them. So you can do deploy action or maneuver action. So first of all, you have 3 roles, and those roles are like overheats. The first role, this is, I think, I just need to check, Explorer. This token, this one should also be a miniature, but there are some kind of limitations in this tabletop simulator, so that's why they created just those discs with a number of flames. So here you have an Explorer, here you have a Pilgrim, and here you have a Warrior. So those 3 roles, those 3 minis that you can deploy on the map. And now you need to create a candle, and those candles are on the cards. So here you have your starting hand of the cards of the blue player. Those are the candles. I love the artworks, I want to say it again. And those candles, you need to assign to your candles a role. Here on the upper left side, again, here you have information how many wax you need to spend to create this candle. But additionally, if you want to create this candle, but you want to make this candle, for example, a warrior, you also need to pay extra 2 wax, or maybe 1 wax, or nothing. So, and you are starting with only 3, so the options are limited. I mean, you can create, for example, 1 warrior, and that's it. So maybe that's not the best idea at the beginning of the game. And now, as you can see, let's move those tokens. So this is Pilgrim, Warrior, and Explorer. When you choose one of the candles that you want to create, and you need to assign them you need to assign them one of the roles. So for example, I am going to use this one. As you can see, those borders are matching. So it's like fixed person, like fixed final units that you created. So you need to pay one box for that, and you got a unit. And now, normal rules of the deployment means that you need to put this token on the same region with where is your moving castle. But what I can see, let's check the rules for this blue faction. So blue faction, just check this first line for blue's faction. When you deploy a candle, you can deploy it in any territory of the map. So you don't have to deploy it next to your walking castle. You can put it anywhere. And let's just do it and put it like in here, for example. So when I've done it, I've put it in here, and as you can see, there is no candle, ground candle in this region. So I automatically can put my ground candle in this region. And another thing is that I entered this region, so I can use this ability of this region. So let's check what those candles mean. So again, we need to check here, candle, draw an advanced candle card from the respective deck for each territory with this icon on which you have placed a land flame. That's, I'm talking land candle, it's land flame. Return as many candle cards to the bottom of the deck as the number of the card drawn. So I've entered this place, so I can draw one extra card from this deck. And this is advanced candle that I can create, but at the same time I need to discard one of these. So for example, I am going to discard this one. I should put it on the bottom of the deck, but I'm just gonna put it, let's say here. So these two candles are now available for me. And how? So that's deploy, the deploy action. If I would like to create another candle, right now it's rather impossible for me, because I need to spend 2 walks for just creating a candle, and another walks for creating a pilgrim, or 2 for creating a warrior. So it's too expensive for me. I cannot do this. But at the same time, I need to check what those symbols, because I've created this candle, and I should check what kind of skill that candle has. And again, the skill of this candle works only in the first year of the game. So if I would deploy this candle in the 2nd or 3rd year, I guess it's not working. And what this flame means, that's ignite. This effect allows you to add a flame to a candle, or alternatively deploy your own land flame. So what does it mean? I can add a flame to my candle. So how to explain it? Because those tokens, this is the maximum of flames that this token can have. So only 3 or only 4, or our explorer only 2. But you can lose those candles. There can be a situation when your unit, where your explorer lose one of his candles or her candles, and this is when you have this symbol, this ignite ability. You can add back one of the lost flames. What? I'm bad with the, damn it. I am bad with Tabletop Simulator. I am sorry for that. So this is the way that you can like add your flame back to your unit, ignite it again, and you can add it to your unit. But also you can deploy your own land flame. So again, you can put your land flame on the board. So this is one of the actions that you can perform, just deploying units. Second action that you can perform is maneuver. So basically, maneuver is just moving units. And how maneuver works. So you need to discard one of the cards that you have in hand. So in this situation, those two are cards. You need to discard it, and this time you're discarding it like next to your board. So this card is going to back to your hand again, and you can perform a maneuver action. And in here you have explanation how this unit is going to move. So again, you need to check symbols. So Explorer moves like this, Pilgrim moves like this, and Warrior moves like this. And now let's check what does it mean. So I think it's in here, yeah. So at the top of the sheet, when the candle with this roll moves, it skips one province and lands on the next one. So thanks, like Explorer moves faster. Second one, the Pilgrim, when the candle with this roll moves, it can move from one territory to another with the same effect. So you can just travel from, for example, if this unit would be an Pilgrim and it stands on the candles, I could move from here to, for example, here if I want to. And finally, the Warrior, when the candle with this roll moves them and enters a territory, one enemy candle in that territory retreats to an adjacent one. So just imagine that very powerful candle enters the realm, the area, and the rest, and someone who's there must retreat and move somewhere else. And this is a maneuver action. So you have basically only two actions: deploy a unit or move it. And all those extra abilities, those candles, those symbols on the board, those symbols that you have next to your candles, all of this happens every time when you enter the area where you don't have your token, or when you're deploying those. So it's like additional action, like you have one mandatory action and those are additional actions. And how long this Kindling season lasts? Till each of the players passes, and you can pass only when you don't have any more cards in your hand. So in this situation, so let's say everyone done something, I've had to, I cannot deploy another candle because I don't have enough wax, so I can just move my Explorer again. So let's say I'm doing this action again, I am discarding one of my cards, and now I can move. So according to what I had said, the Explorer can skip one of the areas and go to another one. And now let's see what, do we have maybe candles in a distance of 2, so let's say 1 and 2. So for example, let's do this. I can move in here, because as I told you, Explorer can move by 2, and when I enter this location, but there's also the green one, so no. Whereabouts? Oh yeah, I have pickaxe here. So maybe let's do this one. I am moving, I don't have to skip the one, I can move on to the next one. And again, I am putting one of my, I keep forgetting the name. Ground Flame? I'm gonna say it ground flames. I'm sorry, I don't remember what the pickaxe gives me. Draw any one resource from the reserve for each territory with this icon on which you have placed a land flame. A land flame, maybe I'm gonna remember it right now. So in this situation, I have. Maybe this is gonna be. So in this situation, I have 2 areas with pickaxe where I have ground flame. So I can draw 2 resources, and I will take 2 wax. So let's go with here. I have 2 wax, and again, everyone performs some kind of action. And now check this out. I have 4 wax, and I can create this candle. So I am creating this candle with the role of Warrior, and according to normal rules, I should deploy it into the location with my castle, but I can, the blue one can deploy it wherever I want. So I would like to put it, for example, I don't know where, here. Here, what does the cog does? Forge, you may take 1 upgrade tile for each territory. But I need to pay the cost. Draw 1 tactic. No, yeah. So I will go here where there is that sword and a shield, and this is the only area I am controlling with. Maybe I should put. Maybe I will put brown flame. Right. This is the only area where I control this icon. So draw one tactical card from the tactical board for each territory with this icon on which you have placed a land flame. So right now I can choose one of these cards, and I'm going to take, for example, this one. I will explain those cards in a moment, so I'm adding them to my hand. It's right here, and this is basically the end of the blue layers. Oh no, stop. And I should also use this skill of this card. So I should also draw two cards from here. So maybe I am going to take this one and maybe this one. And just check out, I have also this Agana symbol with here as extinguish. This effect allows you to remove a flame from a candle or an enemy land from the board. So I can choose and remove one of the flames. Let's say, for example, this. It doesn't matter right now. Oh, maybe not, because we need to simulate something for the battle. So, for example, the yellow one. Where's the yellow one? Here is yellow one. So yellow one, for example, deployed something like this. Created something like this. Right. So this is this. I just made it up, and this is how we ended the Kindling season. So we have blue and yellow in this area together. And now we are going to third phase of the game, and this time it's this is a moment where we are going to fight each other. But before that, I also want to add some few things about those castles, because obviously you can move also castles. You can move them to adjacent territory, obviously when they are moving. But also, what is also important, that you cannot enter a location where there is a castle of the opponent. So if I would finish my movement here, the green one is blocked, because there is the only bridge is in here, so blue one needs to go like here and here and here to get to this center of the map. And those castles are also very powerful, as they one castle has, I think, 4 power points. Now we are going to battle. So how the battle works? We are using those cards that I've taken during my round. So let's just reveal all of them. I mean, in general, you're not going to reveal them to your opponents, but right now I want to show you. And this extra tile in here, where you can just during normal, during the first and second season of the year, you're just collecting your cards in here, but during the battle, you just need to flip this one. And this one shows you like 2 basic actions, that you can perform. But before that, how the war season works. So again, war season is split into 3 sub-phases. First sub-phase is prepare your house for the war. So you're taking all your your cards, you're flipping this board to this second side, and you are going to now you need to check the areas where are going to battle happen. So in this situation, the second one is out of play, so we are not going to have a battle in here, but we are going to have battle, for example, in area 3. Then we are going to have battle in area 4, 5, and so on. So this 5 is it's all this brown color. It's not only one region, it's not only this province, it's one big color, as you can see with the green one, for example. This one determines all this green field in here. So and the battle is gonna happen in the disorder. So first, the second one is script, third, and so on. And let's go to this 5th region, like in here, because I wanted to show you how the battle works. So in here, the blue and the yellow players should prepare their cards, and you're choosing from your hands and for example, and you're choosing 2 cards and you're putting them like face down on your board. And in the second phase of the game, you need to show what you chose. So for example, I would choose maybe this one, and maybe again this. So maybe this one. And the yellow player done the same thing also. So I don't need them anymore. The second player done the same thing also. So maybe let's do this here. Here is his board and his cards. So for example, and after each player chose their cards, you are going to flip them and show what you chose. And now this is the fun part of the battle war season, because you can when you're resolving the conflicts, you can cancel cards of your opponents by discarding your own cards. So when you see what what your opponent is going to play, you always can say, all right, so I'm discarding my cards, but you also need to discard this one. And oopsie, you are going to just do this basic simple action, and you're not going to perform 3 ignites, just 1 victory point, because this symbol is score victory points, score a number of victory points specified by the strength of the effect. So in this example, it's just 1 victory point. So this is this tricky, fun part with a very negative interaction, I would say, and how this combat resolves how you resolve combat in this game. So you need to count your power. Each of your flames has 1 power. Each of your curses, so the player who controls the curse gets 3 power where this figure stands. And Wandering Castle, this moving castle, has 4 power. So you need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, because this unit has 2 flames, so it's 4 power, 4, 5, and here we have another 4, so it's 9 power for blue player. And the yellow one, 3, 4 only. And so when we compare the power, before we compare the power, we also should resolve the cards that we played. So for example, I discarded this one, I discarded this one, and this guy also discarded this one. And the blue, what is this? Advance in turn order. Advance a position in the turn order. So as blue, we are 3rd. Oh, whatever. I just decided I'm just discarding also this one, and this player also needs to discard this one. It's pointless because he is 1st one, but this is a demo, so whatever. And now we need to resolve our battle. So first of all, blue one is the winner in this area, because obviously there's more power in the blue candles, even if we remove extinguish those 2 flames, because blue and yellow, both of those players has this symbol. So even if we extinguish one of the flames from my unit, and I am going to extinguish one of the flames of the yellow, the blue is still there is still more blue than yellow. And also so yellow is going to move by 1, because the yellow got 1 victory point. The blue is going up by 4, because this is how many victory points you're going to get for winning the battle in the first year of the game. And also you are moving by 1 on this round track, so blue would move like here, this by 1. And this is the battle. And after that, you're moving to another region. So for example, I don't know where, here. So we have 4-4. Now red and green are going to prepare their mats. They're going to play those cards, and again they can discard them to cancel each other, and so on and so on. Till the end. So till in each of the areas the battle happened, and then you're going to 2nd round of the game. In the 2nd round of the game, for winning the battle, you get, I think, 8 victory points, and in the 3rd year you're earning 12 victory points for winning a battle. Do you gonna have? I showed you some of the skill of the elements, but maybe I will also tell you more about those temples, because those temples are also very cool. Because you can build this temple again using, I think, here forge. You may take one upgrade tile for each territory. No. Curse influence places a flame in front of one of the. So when you perform curse influence, this is the moment where you're placing your flames on the card, and this is the way how you can achieve control of one of the curses. But I would like to show you candle. Take one of your candles or wandering castles for each territory with this, and move them to one of. It's not. So maybe it's forge. You may take one upgrade tile for. Yes. So it's written a little bit. Could be written a little bit better, because when you perform this action, you can take one of these upgrades, and the cost is depicted in here. So if it's your first upgrade, you need to pay 2 gold. If it's your second upgrade, you need to pay 2 gold. If it's your sixth upgrade, you need to pay 4 gold. You're taking those and put them in here, so you can have maximum of 6 of them. And depending on the symbols, they work in a different way. So, for example, this one is activated in this first mist season, where you are using your house ability. So basically here you're just taking another card from here. This one is going to be used only in the year second year, so you can just ignite 2 flames on your candles. So on your units, or maybe on the ground, putting land flames. So these are the upgrades of your house, and here are those temples. So we have 3 colors, and now let me show you how those temples work. So the white temple, tactic cards cannot be countered in this region, so you cannot cancel your tactic cards. The gray temple, the player that has less combat power wins the conflict in the territory of this region. And the black one, destroy all curse miniatures and candles placed in this region before combat resolution. So imagine that you're preparing for the battle in here, and but you don't have any more cards, so you have to pass, and one of your opponent just puts this there's a black temple in this region, and all your flames, all your candles are destroyed. And if you have this wandering castle, it cannot be destroyed, so you're gonna finish only with 4 power. But at the same time, as I said, only the temple that is at the top works. So in this example, someone is, I'm ready, I am going to smash you in here. No, my dear, I am adding another layer of the temple, and now this effect works, and the black one is blocked, and this time tactic cards cannot be countered in this region, and the blue is saved. So those are the temples, and again, the costs for the temple differs depending on how many is deployed. For first one 2, second one 2, and so on. So here we have this table showing the costs. And I think that's it. I mean, that's it. Those are all the rules. The game lasts 3 rounds, and obviously the player with the most of the victory points is the winner. Maybe I will tell you more about these icons, and that's it. So what do we have more here? So ignite and extinguish already we already used. Draw tactic card we already used. Destroy temple, remove the top layer of the temple and place it back in the upgrade area, so you can unlock the temple that is below the one that is active right now. Score victory points. We use wax cost, the cost you have to pay to play a current candle, and advance we already told, and only this hand with bag steal resources. This effect allows you to remove a resource from a single opponent and add it to your stock. So just spinning another a little bit of a negative interaction. And basically this is that's it. So this is the game. This is our area control. This is the Curse of Candelabria. I mean, I love the idea. I love that you're using candles. I love that you're using those flames that you're adding to the candles. Damn it. I encourage you to check the Kickstarter page, because it's so bad, because you have all the miniatures shown there, and those miniatures I think are amazing. So that's it. If you like this game, just check out the Kickstarter page, even if you don't like it. Maybe you when you see how it looks in the final version, when you will see the plastic miniatures, all the graphics, how this can look like, maybe that will convince you, especially that you can also find the rulebook over there. And yeah, so that's it. This is the Curse of Candelabria. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.